Hello everyone and welcome to the At Peace Within YouTube channel. My name is Christine and I'm a Certified Ascension Coach affiliated with Twin Flames Universe. And in today's video, I will be talking about Twin Flames and Numerology. So this is a subject I've studied quite in depth the last few years because I'm really interested in numerology and there's a lot that those numbers can reveal. And those numbers derive from your date of birth and your full birth name. So yeah, I always found it really interesting, so I decided to dive deeper into it, and especially also combining with my twin flame work. And there's actually a lot of people who are really questioning about, there are a lot of questions about how, whether you can find and identify your twin flame perhaps through your numerology chart, or, what is the relationship between the numerology charts of twin flames. So let's get right into it. So its numerology chart has 4 basic numbers, the 4 core numbers as we call them. First you have the life path number, and the life path number comes out of your date of birth. This is the only number in your entire chart that doesn't change, as well as your birthday number, which I'll get to afterwards. So your life path number has to do with the lessons to be mastered in this lifetime. It's the most important number of all the core numbers and the one that is given most emphasis out of everything. So, if you're firstly beginning to dabble into numerology, chances are this is the number that you studied first or you came across first. So the second number that we have in the core numbers is the expression number, and it's also called destiny number by some people, but I prefer the term expression number because the expression number shows the potential natural abilities of each person. So yeah, the way they express themselves and what innate talents and abilities you have. And this can point towards your life purpose as well. And it's a very juicy number to know. And this number comes out of your full birth name. And it is really lots of good information in all the core numbers actually. Then we have the third number, the soul urge number, which has to do with what you desire at the core. Again, another very good life purpose number here, because it shows you what you desire to have, who you desire to be. And this comes out of your birth name again. And it can also give some point you towards what your motivations are for many things. And there's a lot of healing to be done in this number, as in all numbers actually. And finally, the fourth core number is the birthday, which is like with the life path number, it is again about the major lesson of this lifetime, but the birthday number gives it refines the main lesson. It is the sub-focus of the main lesson. So these are the 4 core numbers that you have in every numerology chart. Of course, there are way more, but these are the most important and basic. That so that this video doesn't turn out to be 5 hours long. So one big point I would like to raise here is that many people believe that you and your twin flame will have the same life path number. So if you have a life path number of 7, your twin flame will have a 7 as well in the same position. And this is not necessarily true from my experience, because I have studied also, the numerology of twin flames in Harmonious Union. And it's not necessarily the case that you and your twin flame will have the same number in the same position. So, you won't necessarily have the same expression number or the same soul urge number. And I'll explain this. This is the reason why I explained what its number means in the beginning of the video, what its number represents of those. Because this is very important to the explanation as to why twin flames don't necessarily have the exact same numerology in their charts. Well, this is because you and your twin flame are meant to be perfect complements of each other in your life purpose. So you're different expressions of the same consciousness. So you can say that, for example, there would be no point in you having the same potential natural abilities as shown by the expression number, or for you to be learning the same lesson in this lifetime as shown by the life path number, because there is no purpose in that. you know, you're not carbon copies of each other. You're the same consciousness, sure, but, you know, if, for example, you have, you know, you're mastering the lessons of the home, as with a life path number 6, for example, then, you know, your twin flame doesn't have to master the same. Your twin flame can go on and master something else. For example, you know, could be a life path number 8 and master, you know, the physical lessons of money, abundance, and luxury, which is also very divine. So yeah, doesn't mean you're not spiritual if you desire abundance. In fact, abundance is of heaven. So you can very clearly see now that there is no purpose in you mastering the same lesson exactly as your twin flame, because, you know, one part of the consciousness masters it. So what's the point in both of them doing it? It's like you have this beautiful rose garden. This is your union, and you're over the same rose bush and you're both watering it at the same time. There is no point in it. You know, one of you needs to go trim something. The other needs to go clean up, like, and break the leaves. You know, there's so much work to be done in a garden for it to maintain its beauty and, you know, to nurture this garden. So there's no point in both of you doing the same exact thing at the same time. And the divine created you perfectly in union. So the tasks that you're assigned and the tasks that your twin flame is assigned, they will make perfect sense, and they will be perfectly complementary. So no, it doesn't necessarily mean you will have the same numbers in the same positions with your twin flame in your numerology chart. However, your numbers will always complement one another's. And of course, you need to be open here to receive the divine's guidance and receive, like, of course, you want to be interpreting those charts with the divine. You don't want to be interpreting this from a small-minded place or a close-minded place, because there's a lot of wealth of information to be found in those. But you need to keep an open mind here, because, for example, you might consider that you know, that certain numbers are complementary in life paths. So if you and your twin flame have some numbers that seem to be, you know, not really agreeing with each other, for example, you're a life path 2, they're a life path 1, it doesn't really seem to work, right? Does that mean you and your twin flame are not compatible? Well, no, doesn't mean that. We need to keep in mind here that the divine created all of us in infinite wisdom, and there's a lot that we don't see from our perspective, because there are blocks to this, to accessing this infinite wisdom. But as you clear those blocks and you release the expectations and you release the control, you're able to discover what the divine's plan for you is, what the divine's plan for, you know, those numbers even is. Because there's a purpose in you mastering a specific lesson, and there's a purpose in your twin flame mastering their own specific lesson. And this only strengthens your union. It doesn't mean that you're not compatible, because, again, you were created to be perfectly compatible, and you're meant to be together. So yeah, the divine is very compassionate and loves you very much. So they would not create you with a partner that you're not able to be together with. That doesn't make sense. Another question I've seen asked a lot by clients and also in twin flame forums is about whether you can confirm that someone is your twin flame or not through their numerology chart. And again, the answer is no. And I have a personal anecdote to share here. So I had a false twin experience, and I was really convinced he was the real deal. And like, even our numerology charts seemed so compatible on the surface. I was actually shocked when I first calculated his numbers. But yeah, everything seemed so perfect on paper. But yeah, he was not my twin flame, and it was revealed through my inner work and following my heart, and also refining my love list, getting to know myself better. So if you want to reveal whether someone is your true twin flame or not, numerology and like even astrology and other such things are not the way to go. The way to go for, you know, confirming whether someone is your twin flame is by following your heart and clearing all the blocks that are presented to you. We have an excellent healing tool called the mirror exercise that helps you clear those blocks in a really fast way. You can also fast track this healing by working with an ascension coach regularly and also signing up for Twin Flame Ascension School. These both really, really help. And you know, the more you follow your heart and you stay true to your desire for your ultimate lover, then it will always be revealed whether this person that you're considering is your twin flame or not. And if they're not your twin flame, cool. You know, the divine reveals the next step immediately after. And I'm saying this from personal experience. Like the moment I released my false twin flame, the divine opened up my next step immediately, and I knew where to go and what to heal immediately. So it's really safe to trust in that. So does that mean that you won't have to, you know, look at your twin flame's numerology chart or this person's numerology chart or whatever? Well, if you feel called to, go ahead and do that. However, the best practice here is to remain detached, and if you see anything in your twin flame's numerology chart that upsets you, or in this person that you're wondering about, that upsets you, then it's a good idea to go within, love yourself there, do the mirror exercise. Because this is, again, pointing something to you, and the divine is using this as a healing tool for your betterment and for your twin flame journey. So don't be afraid to explore here, but always stay detached, keep an open mind, because yeah, it's really safe to allow the divine to surprise you here, and it's safe to allow the process to unfold naturally, because it is always perfect for you, and you can trust in that. You can really trust in that. Of course, you want to use your own numerology chart as a healing tool as well. For example, if you have any karmic numbers, if you have any karmic debt numbers, or, you know, this upsets you, or if you have like, yeah, if it upsets you that your soul earth number is an 8, and like you feel like, you know, wealth isn't spiritual, and like, oh my God, you know, go within and heal that. It's really a really good opportunity. Or perhaps if you wish you had a different life path number or a different expression number, again, this is a great opportunity to go deeper into your healing. It is really invaluable how much you can heal through this if you use it in this way. So, you know, don't be afraid to dive in deep and see how everything makes you feel and heal it with love. And you will move forward, I guarantee that. Another question I have seen often asked is whether numerology reveals when you will be in union or when the divine masculine will come home. And the answer again is no, because union is your choice. So the moment you choose to come home to yourself and love yourself unconditionally, and, you know, you heal the blocks to your twin flame union, then your twin flame union will happen. It's not a matter of like, you will be in union on the 21st of April of 2055. No, it doesn't work that way. And, you know, even if someone told you that, you can be in union way sooner than that if you do your inner work, so. Or, you know, maybe you won't be in union then if you don't do the healing work. It's all about doing the inner work and following the steps the divine has outlined for you. No one can get into union for you. Well, no one can get you into union for you. This is something you need to walk yourself. This is your own process. Of course, you don't have to do it alone, but no one can choose that for you. Your twin flame can't choose that for you because they're your mirror. So they're reflecting your choices. So if you're not choosing to be with yourself, how can they choose to be with you? And the final point I would like to raise before we end this video, and this is very important as well, is I have seen people asking whether, you know, you will have a specific number in your chart, like an 11 or a 7 or a 9, or, you know, 22s, 33s, that perhaps signify that you have a twin flame, or that you're meant to be in union this lifetime. And again, the numbers themselves don't matter as much. You know, even the person with like, well, everyone is a spiritual being, but even the person with like the least spiritual numbers, and like they have no like spiritual numbers in their chart at all, they have a twin flame too, and they're meant to come into union as well. So it's important to release judgment again and fully accept yourself for where you are right now. And, you know, if you didn't see any of those spiritual numbers, the so-called spiritual numbers in your chart, it doesn't mean that you're not spiritual. We all are spiritual beings, and yeah, we all have this innate part of ourselves where we can connect to the divine, because you're divine creation. So it is impossible and unnatural for you to not be able to connect with the divine in your heart. You know, you're not separate from your creator, and yeah, it's impossible to be separate from your creator, so it's okay. And yeah, everybody has a twin flame, so it doesn't matter like what numbers you have in your chart. This is, you know, if you feel the longing in your heart, if you are searching for ways to come into union with your twin flame, then that is a desire put there by the divine. So yes, that is the confirmation, all the confirmation you need that you do have a twin flame. And they're longing for you as well, because they're you. So this is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to click the like button for me and subscribe to my channel for more juicy twin flame content. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.